Welcome back to the Gaming Pantry. This is the Retro Bear. Yes, there is only one. It is I, sitting before you once again in this converted fish smoking shelter. Welcome you to a pickups video. Yes, pickups video. Yes, we don't do many of these, do we? No, but yes, we've got some stuff to show you, which is fantastic. Hope you're all well. Nice to see you back here again. First time here. Great to have you on board. Thanks for coming along. Returning person. Thank you for your continued support. It's easy to do it that way, rather than go to long spiels. What are we doing today? Well, we're doing some pickups. We've got pickups from Saturday just gone and a Saturday before. As we're doing two lots. And we have a game in the room. We are watching Magic Pockets on the A500 Mini, which is a Bitmap Brothers platform game with the music stylings of Betty Boo as well. Remember Betty Boo? Yes, we do. Yeah, fairly normal, generic platforming action on this one. Decent graphics. Yeah, not bad, not bad. And it's got an attract mode. Hooray! So we can leave that running in the background for a bit anyway. Yes, so since my last video went out, which was last Monday, which was the A500 Mini gameplay, quick update for you on that. Colin Cox got in contact, good old Colin, got to meet him at the last Black Country Games fair, and he said he had the same problem. If you remember, I was playing Rodland, and for some reason it just absolutely, after a game, it crashed, which is really weird because I played it a couple of days previously and it worked absolutely fine, and then it just corrupted itself and just wouldn't work. Nothing wrong with what I've done, because apparently his Rodland foil did exactly the same as well. And I'm afraid, Colin, I haven't got it working. No, it's not working at all. So we may have to try and find an alternative file for that one. So there we go, a little bit of an update on that one anyway. Also, thank you to my very, very good friend Spiros from the Retro Games couple over in Greece, who got in contact and mentioned he wants to see some more sports games being played. Can you believe people actually request sports games? So the good news is, Spiros, we have some sports games on the 500, which I will happily do those for you. There's football, golf, and other bits and pieces that I'm on there as well. I think I can find maybe some racing games as well. So, but yes, I always have a nice request to have sports games. That's fantastic, isn't it? And people hate sports games usually, but no. But we'll see what's on there and try and put together a follow-up video. So I'd like to do a few more of these gameplays on the 500 Mini, because it's quite a good little machine, and I could happily spend some hours doing that, and dead easy videos to do as well. So we might do that. And the aim going forward really is to try and do one of these videos a week, where I'm sort of sitting here talking to you, showing off anything I've got, which may not be a huge amount, but also just talking about what's going on, what I'm doing around here, and then doing another video, dropping those in as and when, where maybe again one of those maybe a week, one every couple of weeks, one every 10 days. Some, I'm not going to set myself a schedule where I'm putting gameplay up or something else, just to keep things ticking through, so people don't think I've disappeared or had enough or whatever. I'm still here. Yeah, just say Betty Boo on there. There we go. Right, so there's update that. The other thing I've been doing at the moment is cataloguing like crazy. So I'm determined to get this done by the end of the year. So I'll have a couple of videos to put out about the people do videos, the state of the collection, and then that's what I'm going to get to. I've been spending most of this week doing Commodore 64 games, just grabbing an hour and a half here and there. So the good news is I've done probably half the Commodore stuff, which I've done all the big box and the really complicated. I've done the dual cases, the hit squads, the really complicated big boxes, small cardboard boxes, clamshells, all sorts. It's just left me now literally with the standard cassette size to do. But because they take so long to sort out, none of them scanning, or very few of them scanning. There's no barcodes on the database I'm using, so it's all manual entry. And I'm trying to categorise them as I do a manual entry, in brackets, so you've got game title, and in brackets exactly what it is. So dual case, compilation, hard case, clamshell, budget re-release. So I know that when I'm scanning through it, I'm somewhere, and I can look through which version have I got. Oh, I've got Barbarian 2, the Kicks re-release, but I haven't got Barbarian 2, the cardboard box. Would I like Barbarian 2, the cardboard box? Possibly. I'm just picking an example here. And that's why I'm going to work it out. And I did that with the Spectrum and Amstrad, so it's going to take a little bit longer to get done. But after that, I think I've got the original Xbox to do. I've already started doing that, so I'm a bit of the way through that, and the handheld stuff. I'm going to recheck the PlayStation 3, and I think that may be it. So, fingers crossed, by the end of the year, we should be in a position to do a video to give you an idea where everything is before I sell it all. Maybe not. Right, so where are we? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, on a Saturday. So this would have been the Saturday before just gone, which is today, what's the 29th today, isn't it? So 29th of October, so it's been the 21st of October. Mrs. Bear said we've got to go and do some dropping back of stuff she's repaired. It's nice when Mrs. Bear said we're going out. We're going out, yes, we're going to visit some game shops. So we went to a couple of game shops, went to Hidden Chest, went to see Martin over at Joypad Joy, because I think he had a Game Boy for Mrs. Bear to pick up. I went to the Hidden Chest, I think there was something there to pick up and drop off as well. And we also popped into Lost in Toys, which is over in Kings Winford, which I've not been to before. A gentleman by the name of Gavin runs that. I think that's it. I'll stick a link in the description below. I did have a flyer, but I haven't got it with me. I'm just looking around in case it's crept its way into the pantry. No, it hasn't. So I'll drop a link in there. We're going to meet Gavin for the first. I've not met him, and Mrs. Bear hasn't. She's obviously communicated over social media. And great to meet him for the first time. Great little shop he's got as well. Try and focus his toys and figures. If that's your sort of thing, I'd recommend you check him out. Got some really nice stuff. That's not my sort of thing. I know a lot of people do like it. It's just not my thing. But I was actually fascinated by some of the stuff that was in there. He's got a $6 million man pinball table right below his signed photograph of him and Lee Majors, the $6 million man. It is Lee Majors, isn't it? Yes, it is, yeah. Fall Guy as well, wasn't he? That's right, yeah. And right at the very back of the shop, he's actually got an area on the wall, and then there's a cabinet side of it, gaming stuff. So, you know, all the consoles you'd expect to be there. Dotted around, some box to buy. There's some games on the shelf. In the cabinet, there's Nintendo cartridges, loose cartridges, the good stuff in the, you know, black glass cabinet equals good stuff. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any glass cabinets because there tends to be a price tag attached to them. So, yeah, but it's a really nice little shop. And I was just having a look through the back, and while he and Claire were talking business, just 1 second, I have a dry throat. Dr. Pepper, so misunderstood. Very nice. Have you seen the bottles on those, by the way? The new bottles they're doing on the Fizzy Pop. I sound like an old man now, Fizzy Pop. Do you remember the Fizzy Pop van that used to come around in 1933? Yeah, they've got. I think you've seen them. They got the top now, so you just screw it off, but it doesn't actually come off. It's attached to the little ring on the outside. And then the idea is it stays on there, so when you recycle the bottle, everything stays together. Top bit of plastic and the bottle. It's great, except the fact that I can't get these damn things to go back in the right way. So the threads, when you screw it back in, the threads all go together. I was there this morning at 6:45, I was dying for a drink. I went downstairs for a drink this morning, and got down there and unscrewed this. And I thought, have a pocket. I'm going to be glasses on, so what I'm doing. I couldn't get this thing back on the top. And I kept tipping it, but every time I tipped it up, there was a leak, and I got Dr. Pepper all over the floor, all over my hands. I got a sticky mess when I went back to bed. You make your own jokes up about that one, but yeah, I don't know, I haven't quite got used to it yet. So at the moment, the Dr. Pepper bottle is stood upwards in the fridge rather than laid down. But yeah, very refreshing at the fridge. Very nice. College football sponsor, Dr. Pepper sponsor college football quite a lot, which is why advertising doesn't work on me, which is why I bought Dr. Pepper when I went out to the shop yesterday. Anyway, back to the games. Yes, so at the back of the shop there were some games there, and just caught me eye, some Master System stuff. I thought, oh, I'll have a quick look through that, and they're all boxed stuff. Quite a few on there. No, a few loose cartridges. And I've got to say, Gavin's prices were pretty on point. Looking around all the shops we went to that day, because obviously we went to 3 different ones, and going out yesterday, his prices are pretty on point. So you know, he knows where he is. And there's a couple of games there that I needed for my collection. So we'll show you the first one I got, which is Shadow Dancer. So there's 3 Shinobi games on the Master System. There's this one, there's Shinobi, and there's the Cyber Shinobi. And this is the one where you've got the dog. Well, you're meant to have the dog in it. You can send the attack dog through and distract people. I remember playing the demo of this on the Amiga many years ago. Well, I never actually got the full game, so picked that one up. Very nice condition box, this one. Very nice condition. A slight dent in the middle where it says just after Shadow Dancer. You might be able to see there, possibly. A little dent in the box, but that's not a problem. Nice hang tabbage going on there. Got a Sega sticker on the side as well. Fantastic. What's it like inside? He had 2 copies. This was probably the best one of the 2, but again, very not good looking, decent manual, with it and the cartridge. So we didn't do a deal on this one, so I paid the ticket price, so 15 quid for that. I think it's about right. But again, being out yesterday, I noticed 2 or 3. I did see 2 or 3 copies of this, and again, that they were all missing bits and pieces out of them. Were not very good condition, so it was a nice one to find. Now, if you know my Master System collection, I like now to get everything in there. So I want manual, I want cartridge, decent box, hang tab, sticker if it's got it. You know what the score is. I'm not going to go through it again. This one is missing the manual, but I thought it was only a tenner, and I thought, well, I don't see it all that often. I thought I've got to grab a game like this while it's there for 10 quid. I mean, if it's been 5 quid, I'd have bought it. I wouldn't even thought twice about it. 10, I'm thinking I could find a manual for it probably at some point. If anybody's got a spare manual they want to sell me, let me know. I'll be very interested. So I picked up Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap, which is the first Wonder Boy game I've got for the Master System. And indeed, I think beyond the Wonder Boy games on the Hit Squad labels for the 8-bits, the only Wonder Boy game I've got in my collection. We do have Sega sticker. We do have a very nice hang tab. And the box, it's a little tatty-ish on the back, but not too bad. But yeah, I thought for a tenner, I'm not going to leave this one behind slightly. A little bit of marking on the label, but I can live with that. And obviously there's a space for the manual to go in as well. But I've got me little catalogue baggies now. I've got me, I can put me Sega catalogue in there as well, which is quite good. Did Shadow Dancer come with a catalogue just out of interest, or was that another game I looked at? Oh no, Shadow Dancer does actually have the catalogue. I haven't put that in there. If you've seen from my last pickups video, I'd found some catalogues in a big lot I'd bought, all procured, and there's some bagging. So we'll put one of those in there. So yeah, I just need the manual for that one. But I thought 10 quid. I thought I may not see it in such a nice condition. I mean, yeah, it gets a little bit of tear down the bottom there. It's not racked, not racked off. It doesn't look like it's been pulled out of a canal. It's gone 10 rounds with Tyson Fury, whatever his name is. Is it Tyson Fury? I don't know. I watch boxing anymore now. So 25 quid for those 2. I think for condition and where they are, that's about right to pay a bit more than I'd like to. But I had some money for my birthday, which was sitting in my wallet. So I didn't use it. I should have used it, but I used it for another purpose. I could have done it for that anyway, but there we go. So I did think about it, but no. So yeah, so 25 quid though, so I thought it's not too bad. That's 104 Master System now. Creeping up slowly. And then yesterday we went to drop some stuff down the hidden chest for a repair Mrs. Bear had done. She picked up something else while she was there. Constantly going all the time, right? She's picking little things, getting work going through, jobs going on at the moment. Obviously we're getting close to Christmas time, so she's going to be on the real push to get a lot of this stuff sorted out. And we weren't out for very long, and I said, well, that's on according to Vintage Gamer then, because I've not been into Vintage Gamer since the end of July. In fact, that's the first thing Sean said, is I haven't seen you for ages, and it's been nearly enough 3 months since I've last been in there, which gives you an idea of how motivated I am to go and pick some stuff up. And we got some stuff, we got proper retro. There's proper retro stuff here. You don't see, there's no modern games on here. Proper retro stuff. So we got some 8-bit dusty old tapes, because I know people love dusty old tapes. Mostly dusty old tapes, but there's a couple of other bits in there which I'll start with first, one of them anyway. And I picked this up because it's a game I used to have many years ago. It used to drive me crackers because I could never work out the control system for it, but it didn't stop me playing it. And I did put a gameplay video up about 18 months ago on the channel as well, which 12 people watched or something like that anyway, so I ain't bothered about it. But yeah, I thought about trying to get a hold of this. It's a loose copy. I ain't really bothered about that. And it's one of these strange Parker Brothers ones. It's a 2600, and this is Q-Bert. So if you know your 2600, usually it's a square cartridge, but you can see these have got a slight indent on the front. But it's a nice condition cartridge. It's got the ridges on the outside. Most of this stuff comes as part of a deal, so I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it. I didn't pay a huge amount for it, but yes, I'm not going to show you back of the box. There's nothing there to show. So yeah, Q-Bert, but that's a game I had. The idea is to try and get a lot of the 2600 games that I had, and maybe a few more. There was a couple more there which I thought I got, but I hadn't. so I may go back and get those at some point. That one I'm saving till the end because that's the big one. Let's move on then to the dusty old tapes. Yes, dusty old tapes. No Commodore stuff, I'm afraid. I don't know what it is. I can't find Commodore stuff. But having messed around with a lot of little box stuff this week on the Commodore cataloguing, I thought, you know what? I'd really like to get as many of these like little cardboard boxes, because the little cardboard boxes, and I'll show you, you'll see what I mean when we go through. Those are really sort of nostalgic for me as well. I mean, yeah, I've said this many times. I never had any of this stuff when I was a kid. Everybody else had it apart from me. So this is my time now. So if I want to spend my money on this is what I'm going to do. And yeah, a lot of these are dirt cheap. A couple of them were a bit pricey, but a couple of these were dirt cheap. A couple of compilations in here as well. Let's do the Amstrad stuff, because a couple of Amstrad games first of all. Now, I had this on the Amiga, so I'm not sure how it's actually going to play on the Amstrad, but I really did love this game. And again, one of the great joys of going to vintage games is I love going into the room at the back. When you walk in, as you walk in, on the left-hand side, there's a doorway, and it usually got the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox and PlayStation 1 in there. And there's that little room out the back, the one that they said they were going to sort out when they redid the shop last year, which when I walked in there on Saturday was just walls, you know, floor to ceiling, just stuff. The floor was full of stuff. You couldn't get onto it. There was things just put everywhere. There was a box SNES game on top of underneath a couple of Wii games which were underneath a load of 2600 cartridges, which is where I found Q-Bert. Yeah, it's just complete chaos now. But I do like going through that because I can just find things that I've not seen before. Or have I seen? Did I see that when I was here last time? I can't remember. And then I can't wait. All this stuff I missed. I think apart from two of the games, it all came from out the back. So the first one I got on the Amstrad anyway is World Championship Boxing Manager. Now this is a it's not an actual, you don't actually do fighting, it's more of like a management simulation. So you set up training, you build your boxer up, you set fights up, the odd train them so they can go through the rankings, win titles and progress. Now I did this on the Amiga. Me and my friend Andy, who lives in Australia now, we used to have tremendous fun on this. I think he got it for the Commodore 64 at some point. And then when it gets to the fights themselves, we actually play that with two commentators and text commentary. I mean, it doesn't sound very interesting. It really sounds incredibly dull and boring. But honestly, I love this game. It was so much fun. And I have got it, I believe, on the Amiga, or there's probably a backup somewhere anyway. There's the tape and the instructions in there. But it's a lovely condition box. I mean, that is, you know, you think this game is what, I don't know, probably 91, 92. I mean, that's not a bad little box. I'll try and do the Stew thing if I can, but I can't do it yet. Stew's got better hands than I have. But it's just a nice condition box. And I thought, well, you know, I like the game. Why would I not leave it? Why would I leave it there and not pick it up? Now the other one's a compilation. I've not bought any compilations for ages, so you're going to see a couple here. This one, I believe my dear friend John picked up ages ago, and I bought a copy of this off eBay couple of years ago. I can't remember which. I think it was a Spectrum. I hope it was a Spectrum or the Commodore 64. And somebody put this up for sale for £2. Buy it now, including postage, which basically meant they gave it away. I paid a bit more than £2 for this one, this version. But anyway, this is 10 Great Games 2, which is a Gremlin compilation. You can see original RRP was $9.99. Somebody's then trying to sell it at $8.99. But there we go. And it's exactly what it says. 10 great games, and I think it's slightly different from system to system. So you've got The Duct, which I know nothing about, Mask, which is based on the cartoon series, Auf Wiedersehen Monty, which is the game from Monty Mole, Samurai Trilogy, Convoy Raider, Jack the Nipper 2, which was a sequel to Jack Nipper, where you're playing a baby. It's quite British in its humour, quite, yeah, at the time it was a very, very good game. Basil the Great Mouse Detective, which is based on the Disney film. Death Wish 3, yeah, Charles Bronson, you can see him there on the front. Yeah, Gremlin actually made a game about Death Wish 3. How did they manage to do that? Thing Bounces Back, which I believe I played for Commodore Corner a few months ago, and it's not great. And The Final Matrix, which is nothing to do with the Keanu Reeves film. Or are they? I don't know. And what's the great thing about this? You look inside it, and then someone's actually taken this out. I found this in it, which is brilliant. So someone's actually put in here, out of an Amstrad magazine, as a map for Au Fide Saint Monty. I said, I love finding things like this. So someone's actually ripped this out of a magazine. Because, you know, years and years ago, when we were trying to play games, sometimes you're having to go from one screen to another and work your way through, or pick something up and drop it here and go back. So there's a lot of to-ing and fro-ing, or you want to know which way it is. These things appear in magazines. People would draw them and send them in, or work things out. They sit there and map these games. So it's fantastic to find that in there. Absolutely brilliant. Also, as well, there is a trailer, a flyer for some more great games coming from Gremlin, which was Venom Strikes Back, which was another game in the Mask TV series, Blood Brothers, which I know nothing about, Blood Valley, I think I may have somewhere, possibly, I don't know, Hercules Slayer of the Damned, and North Star. Yeah, but again, absolutely pristine condition on that. No dog earring on that. And then the manual as well. I mean, the manual's in really good nick and all. There we go. I know it's going to mean absolutely nothing to a lot of people who watch these videos. Most people may have already turned off, but I don't really care. And just so you got it, the tapes are in there as well. There we go. Really is a beautiful copy of it. As I said, you know, not many of these games on here are ones that I'm going to say I must play for me, but I have seen this on the shelf at Vintage Gamer quite before, and I've walked past it. I thought, well, you know, I'm not really going to be getting those games, but I know I've played Death Wish 3 on the Commodore 64, and it's crazy, and Thing bounces back on the Commodore 64. Did I play Au Fide Saint Monty? No, I played Monty on the Run, but yeah, so I thought that was worth picking that one up, so I'm happy to have that. So those are two Amstrad games I got. Can't tell you how many Amstrad games I have got altogether, but it's quite a few now. It's quite a few. A lot more than I thought there would be. I could just careful that I could try and move things around the pantry a bit here to sort these things out. Right, I'm trying to get through these. A bit more Dr. Pepper before we go. And then we got some Spectrum. Yeah, Spectrum. So we got what are the compilations after? We'll cut the compilation. Let's do the small cardboard first, because there is now a thing, you know, we have Nintendo cardboard. Nintendo cardboard is a thing. Well, yes, so is 8-bit cardboard. Again, you know, but it's much easier to find 8-bit cardboard in good condition. And I think most of these here are pretty good. And again, apart from, I'll point out I'll leave the one to last, which probably was the most expensive one. Again, these, not really a lot of money in these, few quid. So first one up is The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants, which I've got multiple times now. I've got it on the Master System, Amiga, Commodore 64, I think. Yeah, this is the first, nothing on the back there. They show any screenshots. This is the first Simpsons game everybody hated. Do the old stew thing there. There we go. But again, just that there is just so appealing. That just means so much to me as a collector and from my childhood. So it's very much a mixture of nostalgia and, you know, warm fuzzy feelings that one gets from it. Oh, there's a screenshot on the side. There's a screenshot there. There we go. And that's probably not going to be the Spectrum one because it's in colour. On the inside, we've got the manual. Nice condition manual, and there's a tape in there as well. I think there is a version, I think there was a pin badge with this, maybe, I don't know, because Ocean did start releasing quite a few pin badges with the boxes, box games towards the end of it, but yeah, that was a couple of quid. Next one up, game I already own on Commodore 64 anyway. This is Total Recall, the game based on the original Arnold Schwarzenegger film. And again, there is Commodore footage in Commodore Corner video on this channel somewhere. And we've got the box. Again, nice condition box. And this one I saw on a shelf up there. I thought, I wonder what system's that on. And lo and behold, it was on the Spectrum, which I haven't got. What have we got? Well, we've got Baggy, which is always good. We appear to have the instructions for Power Up. Which is a compilation which I do have. So that might be beneficial. I'll have to see if my copies have got that one. But I'm going to take that out of there and see if I can find it afterwards. 'Cause I know I've got that compilation on the Commodore 64 and the Spectrum, so that's in there. And then there is the actual instructions for Total Recall. Very little on the back, but they are well, top of the screen is Spectrum shot. There we go, see Arnold there. It's a very good recreation of one of the scenes in the film. And I think the bottom one is Commodore 64, is a bit more colour on that one, possibly the Amstrad as well. But yeah, so that's Total Recall. That was a bit more pricey than a couple of the ones, but only a couple of quid. I mean, you know, compared to what they are now, nothing on that one. Next one up, this was a sequel to one of the great arcade games of all time, Operation Wolf. This is Operation Thunderbolt. You can see there from the arcade cabinet down the bottom, the original game had one Uzi 9mm strap to the front of this one, had two, so you have two players on it. Not quite as a bit more battered, this one. Take what comes and hit them with double. Proves I can read. Twice the action, twice the fun, twice the challenge. Again, a couple of quid on this. Near enough, I think it was. And again, we've got the ocean bag. Very important to get those if you can. Got the instructions inside it, and there's the tape, which I will put everything into the bag all together. Just nice to have those. The bag as well. The bag. Little things like they get thrown away. And a good thing about these 8-bit games, they do come complete. You know, the thing we struggle with, and the thing I've struggled with certainly with some of my more modern stuff, is the fact that you don't get the manuals with them. These things that go back, 35, 40, 30, 35 years, yeah, manuals always in there. And in this one I paid a bit more for, because this is quite a pricey game. If you've got the hit squad of this one on the Spectrum, it's about a 100 quid game. If you've got it on the Commodore 64 like I have, the hit squad, it's about a 20 quid game. Why? I don't know, but it is. But this is like a really nice condition copy. And this is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Sadly, without the pin badge. It's a bit of a shame. But you can see it's a nice, nothing personal, it's a nice box. You are targeted for termination. Terrible Schwarzenegger impersonation. This one just comes with the tape. But again, tape, lovely manual. Lovely manual, but the old T on the back there, there's the tape to show you that as well. I'll just show you the shot of the back as well. There's some screenshots, and they've actually played T2. It's also got a Spectrum sticker there as well on the very bottom. It's always good to see that on there as well. But yeah, so I've got a lot of nostalgia for these at the moment. I was hoping to find more Commodore ones, but I didn't. So to find those Spectrum ones there and the Amstrad one earlier was great. So good to go. Now, a couple of compilations for you. This one is nothing special, so I'll do it very, very quickly. This is the Soccer Squad, which it's a Spectrum game, Spectrum compilation. You've got Football of the Year, Roy of the Rovers. Anybody remember Roy of the Rovers, the old football comic? And then you've got Gary Lineker's Super Skills and Gary Lineker's Superstar Soccer. There's Gary Lineker's Hot Shots, but I can't read what it says in the back of the... I thought Hot Shots was the football game. No, Super Skills... No, I thought Gary Lineker's Superstar Soccer was actually Hot Shots. We actually played the football game anyway. But there's nothing special about this one really, in terms of, what it is. Couple of tapes in there, really scratchy manual, but again, not too bothered about that. Just another one for the collection. Football of the Year is quite fun. Footballer of the Year is a fun little game. But the other three, I don't think there's much in them, to be honest. And then the final compilation I got, which was, again, absolute... I thought this was a great find. And I must be honest, I'm sure this... I must have walked past this a couple of times. This was tucked away, again, on a shelf up there, behind something else. I just saw the top of it peek out, because I know what colour it is. Because I've got Line of Fire there on the Amiga. It's a Sega conversion, and when US Gold were converting all these games to the 8 and 16-bit system, they used in later times these orange boxes. So I saw this orange box sort of out the corner of my eye like that, and I thought, oh, wonder what that is. And it turns out it's the Sega Master Mix compilation from US Gold. Not one you see all that often. if you pick up your compilations. And as you can see there, we've got Super Wonder Boy, Turbo Outrun, Crackdown, which is not the game that's on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, completely different game, Thunderblade, and Dynamite Ducks. I don't think I have a version of Dynamite Ducks. Don't even have the Master System version. I used to play the Amiga version a lot because we had that on copy. When I say copy, I meant backup. Yeah, it's got the manual, which is good, and then it comes on 4 tapes, which I think this is a replacement to Food Bag. But yeah, it's got all 4 tapes in there, 4 tapes for that. I've checked it out afterwards. I've checked out pictures again online, like I did with the Commodore Checkout collection, because when I was in Vintage Gamer, I bumped into a mate of John's, and also Mike Malley Club. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well. I'm seeing you for a bit. And Phil Garner, and he was in there getting some bits and pieces. We gave him a lift back home. He doesn't live too far away from here, and he said, "Oh, I got that a few weeks ago." I said, "Well, how many tapes did it come with?" And he said, 2. I said, "Well, there's 4 in here." He said, "Well, that'll be about right." Yeah, okay. So I took a punt, but it turns out they're all there. But yeah, so fortunately, there's nothing to show you on the back. No screenshots or anything. But yeah, just a nice one. I haven't got that anywhere at all. I've not got it on another system, so it's nice to find that. And again, I said Dynamite Ducks is a game I may have one version of it, but Super Wonder Boy, certainly I don't have a version of that anywhere in my collection. So that's going to be Thunderblade and Turbo Outrun. Yeah, I mean, coming up for years. That's it. Now, while I'm getting all this priced up in Vintage Gamer, I'm having a look at the cabinet, because Phil's there saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen some of this NES and SNES stuff in here that's come in recently, you know. Oh yeah, some really pricey games in there, really pricey games in there, you know. Not just pricey games, really pricey games. There's some amazing collection stuff come in." And then out the corner where I'm looking through, I go, oh, hang on, what's that? And I was like, ugh. Sort of Mrs. Bear was sitting there. And I said, got this in here. And Sean asked him how much it is. So I said to Sean, I said, look, Sean works for me. I said, Sean, what's your price on this, mate? So he come round, he got it out of the cabinet, he had a look, you know, got it out of the box protector, had a look at it. A box protector, we're moving into box protector territory now. Had a look at it, and I'm like looking at it with him. I'm like, this is a pretty nice condition. One, this is. And he told me how much he wanted for it, and I thought, well, go on then. You only live once. And the reason being is because this is a series. I don't have a huge affinity for it, but if I could have 3 complete box games on the Super Nintendo, this series, this would be what I want. So I picked up. I can't tell you what I paid for it, because I've agreed a deal with all this stuff, so I can't agree with it. But it's more than I usually pay for stuff. You'll see what it is. We have a copy of Super Return of the Jedi on the Super Nintendo, and it came with a box protector. Yes, so we got a bit of residue on the box protector there, and there is still the original sticker from retail. But I like that. I don't mind that being there. Now I'm going to try and get this out of here. There we go. But yeah, it came with a box protector as well, so that saved me a couple of quid, didn't it? So what I've made on that is not too bad. Oh, there we go. Right. So this is what it looks like on the inside. Now, I've got Super Star Wars, so I'm missing Super Empire Strikes Back. My copy of Super Star Wars is a bit ratty around the edges. Not horrible, but it's seen better days. This one here, I mean, you know, I'm not an expert on these things, but I think, again, that's not bad condition at all, really. That's about as good as you're going to get it. There is a bit of scuff into the corners, but again, you know, I'm not really bothered about that. That's the back of it. If you ever played this or never played this, they are one of the trilogy games which are absolutely rock solid. I don't know why I'm so obsessed in getting all 3. I don't know why. I just think it'd be nice to have 3 games that came out of that. It's a little bit of sort of wear there, where people have opened it with their thumbs, like I'm about to do now, and open it up. But again, the good thing about it is it does appear to be all in one. The one thing it is missing, sadly, is the poster, I believe. So there's the manual, a little bit of dog earring down the corner, but the manual is out. It's quite a thick one for a Super Nintendo. I said this to Sean yesterday. I said, that's, you know, usually Nintendo manuals are put together with staples down the spine. It was a bit surprising on that one. And there's a cartridge, and the cartridge actually is in a plastic bag as well. So, I mean, I don't think that's. It's against a little squish there, but I can squish that back out. But I think for the condition on that, I'd struggle to find anything as good as that, really. So, yeah, one of those. So, I'm desperately now wanting to get Super Empire Strikes Back just to complete those 3. I don't have to own any more Super Nintendo games in boxes if I got those 3. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with doing it. I'm kicking myself because ages ago, a couple of years ago, I was offered Super Empire Strikes Back, which I was very happy, which I thought, oh yeah, and I asked the question, how much you got on that, and someone did tell me, I think it might have been Richard at Old School, and he said a bit rich for your taste, Mr. Bear. He told me how much you wanted for it. I said, yeah, I'm all right, thanks. But I think it was like 35 quid or something. I'm kicking myself now. Because I know it goes for a bit more than that, but yeah, I'll put that away afterwards rather than trying to damage it. But yeah, so I'll just after that one now and get all 3 of those together. But yeah, just really nice to have something which is nice condition, nice good condition in that one, and a box, and a box protector as well. I don't get many of these, which is nice every now and again just to splash a little bit. And to be fair, I did put 30 quid of my birthday money towards it, so in a way, it's not turned out too bad, really. But yeah, and that's it. There we go. That's all I picked up recently. So, have you played any of those? Have you got information about those? What your experience is playing those? Any tips? Anybody want a free manual for power up on the Commodore 64, Amstrad, ST, Amiga, or Spectrum? I have one here, possibly. Yeah, it'd be good to hear from you. You know, always interact. Use that thing there. If you want to do so, I shall be here, and we shall return with another video very soon. Hope you've enjoyed that. It's been fun talking to you as always, and we'll see you again soon. Till then, take care. Bye for now.